everyone, welcome back to Cindy's Cards and More. And today is time for another quick and easy card that I do each week. On Monday, I did a card that I always do over at Paper Crafts by Elaine on my partner's site. And this is the card that I did. And I used the Honeybee Home for this, as well as I used our free celebration paper that is called Daffodil Afternoon. And you get this with a $50 order. So I decided to use that paper, and then this is the card that I made using the DSP, and I added the butterflies and I colored in the flowers here. So today I decided that I could make another quick and easy card using the back side of some of that pretty DSP that's in there, and I'm going to use the pale papaya, and I'm going to actually use these stamps to make a scene. So if you like this video, I really would hope that you would give me a thumbs up. I do appreciate that. And be sure to subscribe and get notifications. I do a video like this every week showing you how to make a quick and easy card. So let's get started. I'm going to be using Honeybee Home, and I'm also going to be using Special Moments, which is also a free stamp set that you can get with a $100 order. And this is a great stamp set because it has a lot of wonderful sentiments in it. It's got happy birthday, it's got some where you can make a sympathy card, it's got a lot of hellos in it, congratulations, just about every sentiment that you need to make a card. So I'm going to be using the happy birthday today, and I couldn't wait. Let's see, where would I be with a friend without you would be a great one, but I'm also going to be using for someone who is wonderful in each and every way. You also could do, I couldn't wait for a special occasion, all sorts of different ways that you can use this stamp set. So I've already taken out my pieces here, and you know what I normally do is that I normally stick them on the outside of my card. I've already got my bumblebee on one of the blocks here of the stamps I'm going to be using, so that way I don't misplace them, because if I'm over here putting them on my thing, I'll set something on top of it, and before I know it, I can't find that particular stamp because it got stuck on something. So I'm going to go ahead and get things started. Now I'm going to go ahead and use Pale Papaya as my base. I'm going to be using Pear Pizzazz as my layer, and I'm going to be using the other side of the DSP with the Pale Papaya with the dots, because I'm going to kind of make my own scene of using these stamps, and I'm going to be using Early Espresso. So I've got everything set up here. So I've got my practice paper so I can make sure everything's stamped correctly, and I think what I'm going to start with is I'm going to be doing pretty much the center of what my scene's going to be, which is this flower. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this. Oh yeah, that stamp's really good. All right, and I'm going to put that kind of in the middle of my scene here, and then I'm going to build up around it. One thing you don't want to do is you don't want to rock your block, because you'll get those edges that you don't want to see, and just give it kind of some even pressure. All right, so the other thing I'm going to do then is I'm going to be using this one, this other little flower here, and I'm going to put that on either side of my flower here. And like I'm trying to show you, this is a great stamp to just make something very simple. Make your own scene, fill it in, kind of make your own little garden here, and put it together, and before you know it, you've got a card that you can send out to your friends, and it's done in no time flat just by doing some stamping. All right, so we've got those two things done, and I'm going to go ahead and fill in. I'm going to use some of my bees. I'm going to go ahead and put this back, and I'm going to go ahead and use this, and I'm going to fill in some of my area here with some more to kind of layer in my flowers. All right, and then I'm going to do this one a little further down, because I don't want it all to be even, just kind of peeking up. All right, and then this next thing I'm going to do is that I'm going to take my bumblebee, let's get that back on there. And the bumblebees are going two different ways. I've got a bumblebee going this way, And then there's the other bumblebee going the other way. As you can see, there's two different bumblebees there, one going. So it's great that you don't have to have everything going in the same direction. So I'm going to do this bee as if he's just landing, getting ready to land on that flower to get that nectar. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and do the other one, and I'm going to have him coming in the other way, and he's kind of going down here, so I'm going to have him kind of flying in on the side here. There we go. And then I'm going to take my happy birthday, and I'm going to go ahead and, a lot of times what I do on this is I lay it down, I grab it, that way I kind of know it's somewhat even. And I'm going to go ahead and stamp this. Again, it doesn't have to be in the middle. I'm just kind of doing it off center. I think that still adds a lot to there. And of course on the front here, once I get this layered in, I am going to add some of our new bling, which is our iridescent rhinestone basic jewels. I love those, and I think it just has that little bit of something that I wanted to layer in to give it just that little something. You know me, I always have to have some glitter or a little bit of bling or something to add into the card. So we've got our layers going here. All right, and I'm going to layer my Pear Pizzazz onto my base. And again, you don't have to use a lot of that Tumbo, just a little bit, and layer it in. I like that it's got a little bit of a movement as you're trying to get everything centered. Now on this, I could have put basic white in here, but you know this is a light enough cardstock that you really can go ahead and stamp what you want on the inside of the card without having to add in that basic white. So I'm going to go ahead and clean as I go here, put my things back where they need to go so I know where to find them. I'm going to use this one of those bees again. And on the inside, I am going to put a sentiment for someone who's wonderful in each and every way. I loved that sentiment. I thought that was a great sentiment to use. And I'm going to just go ahead and stick that in my card here. Again, I'm just using one ink. I think it works with that pale papaya. I think that works just perfect. I'm going to go ahead and put a flower back in here. So I'm going to go ahead and take this off, put that back over there, and go ahead and put my flower on. And I'm going to go ahead and put some flower, because you know me, I can't have a naked card. I've got to always have something on the inside of my card. And because I've got it over here, I'm going to go ahead and use that bee that's coming on the other direction. And I'm going to have him landing just over here on that side, just to give it a little bit of interaction with that inside of the card too, just like on the outside of the card. There we go, like he's going to be landing on there. All right, now all I have to do is add in some of my bling, and I'm going to use my pick tool here and pick up a few of my pieces of bling, and I'm just going to add it in a little here and there, just a little, oops, a little eye candy. Got a little wild there here. But I think this adds just enough. Doesn't compete with the color, Pale Papaya, but it adds that shimmer that I was looking for. And I think I'm going to put something up here that, since I have a small one, I can kind of put that up where my eye is, just to kind of look at that. And I'm going to go ahead and grab one of these. I got one more I think I'm going to put. I'll put that one right here. And there you go. Let's see, we are at maybe 10 minutes. And before you know it, there is a quick and easy card. I just think that makes a great scene. Using early espresso, I think that just makes that scene pop. Just with a little bit of that dots back there, adds a little bit of eye interest. And putting it on the inside, there's plenty of place to write whatever you'd like to write, to send it in to your friends. So you are good to go on this. So there is your quick and easy card. So I hope you really enjoyed that. And like I said, please give me a thumbs up if you do like my video. And I would love that you would subscribe and push that notification button so every week when I do post that I put my video on, that you can come and watch and get some great ideas on some of our new stamp sets that we have in our spring catalog. Well, I hope everybody has a great rest of the week, and I will see you back here next week for another quick and easy card. Thank you, and bye now.